Good day everyone and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. This is not a trading room. This is an educational. We're not your financial advisor. Whatever you do in the market is at your own risk. We're not responsible for your trade. We will try to explain what's going on in the market, and we will try to cover some of the auto trades today. The Nasdaq having a problem to follow a few minutes ago to follow the ES and the YM, and now start giving in the Nasdaq, and this is a very good. So now the Nasdaq start going in the same direction as the ES. At the opening hours, the ES was going in one direction, the Nasdaq going on one direction, and then it finally gave in just a few minutes ago, and now the YM also is going in the same direction. So we are using some of those auto trades. We are using the ES 1 minute, which broke even. We are using the Russell, and the Russell is going the opposite direction, and the Nasdaq is taking a short, and the target is 15606. However, this system here, if this market is trending, the target will extend the target by itself automatically, and everything looking good. But for the ES trader, if we look at the chart, the market has been dropping very nicely, and it's about to be done. It's about to be over. We don't have to do anything in our system or draw lines before we start or do any homeworks. Our charts is explain what's going on in the market, and if you see those two yellow lines, once this market start going between those two yellow lines, doesn't matter if you are auto trading or a manual trading, this is the end of that trend, and vice versa. If you are going long, and if you see those two lines here, those two dead zone, that means this is where you need to start reverse. And what we don't know by the tick when it's gonna start reverse. It's not overbought, oversold baby indicators. But as you see here, there is a target 2. The target 2 is an institutional profit taking. Then you have the reversal. Our reversal do not repaint. Again, our reversal do not repaint. And then you have a reversal signal, and then you have a support area. It's very overwhelming, letting you know we are at the end of this trend to the downside. So as you see here, when the market came in, so this is also, you need to keep your eye. As an example, if we are taking an ES automated trade right there, a minute ago you had like around $1,200, $1,300 in profit. The market, when it start coming in between here, guys, auto trading, it's nice, but we cannot just close our eyes, and hide our head under a pillow, and everything is gonna be fine. Excuse me. But when this market drop here, and you had like over $1,200 in a profit, and we train you, we explain to you that this market, once the market drop between those two yellow lines, this means this is a warning for you to start taking some of your profits out. Then it came into the support area, which is very nice, and then there is the number 2 target, which is a profit taking. So plus a reversal. So there is not one sign, there is not two signs, there is 3-4 different signs indicate the short trade is over. Now the market, there is 2 options in here on the ES. The market is going to get rejected from here and go back retesting here. And if this one will not hold as a resistance level, there is a good potential for this ES go all the way to the 45.2600 and it dropped again. It's a pullback re-entry. Or if you are a smart reversal guy, you can reverse as long as you know you are going in the wrong direction. Which there is a lot of money in the reversal if you know the tricks with the reversals, and which we have covered a lot about reversal. And then we will gonna go ahead and do one time to the public to understand, because there is not too many traders understand the reversal. There is a lot of money in the reversal, but you have to be educated. And also we have an auto trade reversal, and the beauty about the reversal is you can catch the trend from the top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. Of course, there is rules how to do this. It's not our rules, but you have to be disciplined how to identify and how you can reverse, which we have revealed a lot of secrets about reversals here live a few months ago on a YouTube, which when we have more time, we will go ahead and do it one more time when I have a chance to do that. So right now, this is very important when we are auto trading to understand where we are, and now we understand the key is 45.2150. Folks, we don't need to learn price action. Please, we don't need to learn price action, but we need to understand how we can protect our profit. We don't want it to take a trade. We can use an auto trade, we can use a trailing stop, we can use target, we can optimize, and can be done automatically. But you are the captain on that ship, and you are the one has to manage those trades, and you have to understand where is the max and where is the minimum, and when the market is turning around, in order for you to stay maintaining on that ship and controlling that ship. You don't want it to be sinking with your account. So as we know right now, and even if we are auto trading, I mean, I'm using an auto trade, the 1 minute, and this one here is a 1 minute. Doesn't matter, you can use any auto trade, whether it's a scalping or any kind of auto trade. And then what you do, you keep your eye on the 1 minute to see the technical side of this 1 minute. So now as we see, look at this, guys. It's not really hard. Yes, it requires a little work from you. I apologize for that, but when it's talking about money, you have to do something. You know, we cannot close our eye. And if we notice here, folks, it's very simple. It does not require a brainer, or does not require a guy have a belt with 10 years trading. You know, I mean, if we look at the ES, folks, the ES came into the resistance line at 45.2150. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. This is indication of this market is holding on that resistance low. This is the support area which it came in and it confirmed. And then you have the target 2 is an institutional profit taking. There is no surprise in there. There is no surprise, or there is nothing wrong with your optimization, whether you are using our auto trade or somebody else auto trade is irrelevant. Whether you are using our auto trade or somebody else auto trade, you still have the same story, that the resistance in here and the support here, and it's not going to change the fact. You know, so now what we see here on the ES is jammed right there. You know. Now, if those buyers, if those market movers decide to break that line, it's not going to live forever, because there is a lot of resistance on the way up. So when you are taking a reversal trade in this here, immediately what you need to do, break even immediately, because this one here is not a very long life trade. So this one here, it is right now, you switched to the scalping mood, because right now 1 minute you had on that auto trade over $1,200, and now you are almost half of it disappear, vibrate. This is it. Your $700, your first $700 just went up in the air right under your eye, and now you are only on 750. Now you are at the mercy of this market. If it's gonna drop, you're gonna increase your profit, and if this resistance line not gonna hold, you're gonna go all the way up there and you're gonna be knocked out with nothing. One of the biggest questions is, do auto trade work? Yes, they do if you manage, but if you just leave it to the destiny, you just leave it up in the air running, no, that will not work for you. No matter how much you optimize, no matter how smart that auto trade. The auto trade is smart to find a precise entry where a human cannot even. Sometimes you see some trades, by the time we receive it, it's too late to take those trades. Where an auto trade can get right on time with it. They can do the trailing stop with the fibs, whatever. But still, we still a human, and we still need to manage that auto trade. We just cannot leave it up in the air and leave it to the destiny all day long. So right now, it is the scalping mood start activating here, and it is between the resistance line and the support area. Many of those auto traders, they come at night and they just say, okay, here's a PNL made. I have the scalper is already hit. Today we started all the auto trades around 9:35, 9:40. I have the scalper already hit, and it was done by 9:47. I have the gold is already hit target, as I'm already have everything is start getting hit. Here it is, the gold already hit one trade, 9:35 started the auto trade, 1,190. I can bring down all day long charts for you, targets hit. Here's an ES 25-second target hit. Beautiful. Look at this. Beautiful. 11 is done. Those three charts, and there is much more, I didn't interfere with it because the market was moving and it was fine, But sometimes when we have on the trade, like now, when sometimes we're going to get caught on a trade like this, we have to understand or evaluate where we want to take a profit sometimes and override the auto trade. There is nothing wrong by overriding the auto trade. What we can do, we can push the button and say, it's an emergency handbrake. Close position, done. You made $1,000. You don't want to bang your head all day long in the market. You're done. You walk away, and you don't sit down and start milking that auto trade all day long. This is very unhealthy for your mental. Trading is about your attitude. You have to be. You cannot be fatigued in your head and sit down 12 hours or 10 hours behind trading. This is really, really wrong message to the traders. And you cannot be just, daydreaming and not alert when you are trading from 9:30 to. A human should not be using no more than a couple of hours, 3 hours a day with the trading, and the rest should be turned off and be on a sim, relaxed, trying to discover how you can do training, how you can turn on a sim account, how you can predict this bar, which direction. In education is fine, but you cannot sit down and banging on this market day and night, and if you think you're gonna survive. If you notice right now, on the scalpers, this is a total different auto trade. Start taking the first trade, and it is nailing it, and look at it, it is going. This one here, the scalper, it is a very, very friendly use. You hardly need to optimize it, but you can optimize it. Very tight stop loss, very tight trailing stop, and does not require any filters. It's very good. This is now we are in the scalping mood, and this one here is based on the 3 minutes, and this one on a 4 range is the same auto trade, and it's doing extremely well. And there we go. We got so you are done for today. That's what it is. You are done for today. So the difference between the scalper here, it is very good for beginner, or this one here, the precision auto trade, is very good for beginners. Very easy to handle, very easy to use, very good. And then if you later on, if you wanted to expand yourself, you start getting to more complex auto trades. This one here is a medium-sized auto trade, the TI7. The TI7 has a 10 different entry, 10 different filter. You can tune any instruments the way you want it to be tuned. So each one of those auto trades have a different way to trade, because this is very good to start with. Very good, very consistent. I don't know about tomorrow, but it is very consistent. This one here, it is when you want to go in details with an ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, the DAX. This one here has a different entries, 3 different scalpers, have a reversal, trading with a trend, a breakout, have a different entry with a lot of filters. You can make your daily target 100, 1,000. You can trade as many contracts as you want on all of them. But this is where, once you start understand how the market works, even if you are trying to scalp this one, or if you are trying to auto trade this one here, we understand where is this limitation in this market, and we know where most likely this market is about to be done. And then what we do, we can overwrite this auto trade, and we can close position and walk away. It's so sad sometimes when we do the support, you can see still people auto trading in the afternoon. If this market willing to give us money, it will give us money from 9:30, 9:40 to 10, 11 o'clock. We should be done. We should not be sitting on a gambling table all day long looking at P&Ls and spend the weekends optimization. This is a miserable trader. If you see your auto trade is a little bit off, it can be adjusted within 5 minutes, but you don't need to spend your whole weekend optimizing and replay and going, because the second week is going to be total different approach to the market. Last week, as an example, the market really did not, it was really a big mess last week. This week is different. It's a different attitude. So we don't need to use a lot of energy in the wrong places and save out. There we go. We are done with this one. One trade, done. 1,250. Do we need to reload it and let it go for one more round? I would have, if I know this ES, there is more beef on the downside. There is no more beef. In those conditions here also, what you can do, let's say if you want to close position, we're going to add those buttons on the scalper. I didn't pay attention to it, but there is no buttons here. We're going to add them. Let's say if you are taking the trade and you think this ES, after we hit the target 3, there is no more beef in there. What we can do, we can say long only, and because we are about to be done with the short, and let's see. There we go. We still have 2 more trades out. and hit 1,250, and we left 2 trades out. We will see how the outcome is coming to this one here. Let's take another instruments. The YM. I want to keep my eye on the ES. Target 3, this is the last target, profit taken on target 3, and from now till 12 o'clock you will not see anything anymore. There is target 1, target 2, target 3. Those, they should be done before 12 o'clock, and we accomplished that. It's finished. As you see right now, came into the target 3. Look, it's right in front of you. Profit taken. When it hit target 2, it was a profit taken. The market turned around. Hit target 3. In those conditions, what we have seen for the many years, in those conditions, once you hit target 2 and target 3, and those are institutional numbers. Not too many people knows about those numbers because they still work, because not the public don't know about those. That's why they're still working. And they've been around for many years. And it's been handed over in generation. And this is not something you find on a forum or on a website, or this has been passed on from one person to another all over Europe, and in some places in Chicago and New York. And if you notice here, this is the target 3. Profit taken. Normally 9 out of 10, those are going back to target 2 and coming back to target 3. So once we hit target 3, and now it is 10:51, the party is over. From now to 12 o'clock, the party is over. You can sit down, optimize as much as you can. That now it's gonna drive you crazy, this market on the ES, because it's gonna go back to 3, going back to 2, 3 for at least next half an hour. For at least. It might go 1 bar or 2 bar below the target 3. It might. But then it's gonna go back again. And if we notice here, if we go back to the video, if we notice where is the target 2, when the target 2 came in line, it was a profit taken and went back to target 1. And then if you look at those videos, for many years we've been explaining about those institutional numbers. Has nothing to do with your auto trade, has nothing to do with your talent, has nothing to do with your knowledge. Those you cannot mess with. So now, when we hit the target 2, if you go back with the video, went back to target 1 and it dropped. And now target 3 hit, profit taken. That's why you see that pullback. There is no brainers in there. It's just a profit taken. And the party is over. From now to 12 o'clock, the party is over. Now, no matter what you do, you're not going to be catching a trend anymore. No matter what you do, no matter what kind of auto trade you have, with all the respect to all those gentlemen, they claim they are God-given on this earth. They are very smart traders. With all the respect to those guys, you're not going to get any hair out of a bull-headed man in here. It's finished. Elvis left the building. It's finished. The party is over. And there is nothing here anymore on the ES. Only scalping. If you know the trick, only scalping in here, it will work. What I mean by scalping, not auto trade scalping. For a guy who's been around for quite time now, he understands this is a resistance line at 45.1775. This is a resistance line. This is a re-entry. Another re-entry is right there, is on the re-entry short at 45.2175, gentlemen. Those are the two re-entries. And then you have few ticks to go in, take those ticks and get out. Take some ticks and get out. We have some people, I have those guys, we've been around together now for over 12, 14 years. They would not give no more than 4 or 5 ticks on a stop loss. And this is their favorite time where they sit down, take a trade, take 3, 4 ticks, close, take a trade, take 3, 4 ticks, close. They're fast. They're fast. If you give them two mouths in their hands, one will open position and the other one a close position. They've been around. They've been doing it. They don't use auto trades. They know the tricks. And caught in this. There is a big major traders. They enjoy that. Only the amateur trading, the ones that want to auto trade, they don't understand the market. Now they will get in trouble because they are uneducated. But those guys, they've been around not for 10 years looking at P&L. For those guys, they've been trader for 10 years or 15 years. This is their favorite time because they think is easy. And now what you see, this market is going to go back here, come in here, drop one bar below, and then coming back to the target 2. And this is where, because why you cannot use a scalp and automated trade in here? Because when you are using an auto trade, you need a bar or 2 to put 2 and 2 together to fire a signal. Any auto trade, whether it's a scalping or a swing trading, any kind of auto trade, it requires a couple bars to gather this information and take a trade. Sadly, we have some auto trades out there is based only on ATRs, moving averages. And when it goes above the moving average, it takes long trade. And when it goes below that moving average, take a short trade. And here is the problem with this kind of auto trade. If your moving average is somewhere, let's say, around 45, 14, 25, and now the market going above that line, it's going to take a trade, it's not going to succeed. And then when the market goes down, it's going to stop out that trade and it's going to take one more trade. It's not going to succeed. And there is a good potential to wipe up your account if you stay putting your finger on a market is not going anywhere. Because it's no longer in 2021. You can use an auto trade based on a moving average above or below. It cannot be that simple anymore. When somebody is doing or is auto trading with a different math, and when you are coming with just a moving average above or below, well, guess what, my friend? You're sitting on a red light with a Pinto, and that guy has a Ferrari, and he's gonna smoke your account out. It's not your auto trade. It's how much you know. It's not how much money you have. It's how much you know, how much experience you have, how much you've been trained to understand or spot the market. And it is a serious matter to be educated before you start using real money. Again, uneducated people will never make it, whether with auto trade or no auto trade. And when somebody is trying, whether us or somebody else, is trying to educate you for free, go for it. You don't want to be educated, then you don't deserve to be trader. Simple as that. You cannot get a guy from the school, he doesn't do his homework, he don't pass his test, and he's going to be a doctor or a lawyer. He has to pass his test. He has to earn his diploma. In here, you have to earn your money. You don't just bull yourself around it and you think you're going to get away with it. You cannot. So whether you're a doctor or an electrician, you have to be educated, So here it is. It's done. Do I need to go for one more round? No. is no longer valid to go for one more round because target 3 hit, and I've been bubbling here for half an hour, and that's what we said is gonna stay between target 2 and target 3, and that's exactly what we are. Here it is, folks. Here it is right there. If you don't understand what's going on here, you have a potential to lose your account. I don't care if you are Autotrader, voodoo trading, optimization, all kind of, with all the respect to everyone claim he is God, he's the smartest guy on this earth with the trading. It does not require to be smart. It requires to be disciplined. And you're not going to get anything out of that. You're not. It's very sad when you see a guy come in at night with an auto trade and say, okay, this one made 1,925 based on one trade. Yes, it did. What about the details? What about if this guy auto traded and he hasn't accomplished his target? If this guy got up late and started late and now he's auto trading, he don't see the danger here. How much money he will be making? Nothing. A banana. Nothing. If you don't understand that, he's gonna dive in right into the big pile of mud right there. And he's gonna be mad. And you should not be mad because you are the one that's not educated. And you should have opened your eyes before you start auto trading. So the only one you need to get mad at is yourself for not being aware what's going on in the market. And you think you can get away with it for free. You cannot get away with it for free. You better know that. It's about money. There is no free money in the market, my guys. There is no free money. I heard one guy crying a couple days ago on a YouTube. He lost $2 million in a crypto, and there is a lot of people lost millions of dollars in a crypto, and before you put your millions in future trading or crypto or stocks, before you start investing any money, you should be educated on the instruments. I have a gentleman yesterday. I hope he forgive me. I'm gonna say his name. His name Ramesh, and he has 3 licenses with us, and he's about to get the 4th license. Yesterday, I logged into his computer, and that guy is killing it. That guy is trading everything. Not just future, he's trading everything. And he's using our target for a reversal. And he said salmon never fell. And the guy, it is really, when I was seeing his screen yesterday, it was very impressive. And you can see this guy busted his back to earn it, and he's making money. He's killing it. He's killing it. Anything he's trading, he's making money, and he is in the state, but he's, I think, originated from India, and every culture, they have a problem with every culture, every country. I noticed with the trading, they have some kind of difficulties, like Indian people, they are very well educated, but they have very temperament. They want everything right now, and that goes against them. This guy, no, he's very well disciplined. I don't know if the Chile have impact on it, where you see that the Germans are calm, they don't talk much, and they can be educated, and then so you can see there is an impact with the culture as well, from country to country. Like in South America, there is, I don't know, there is some difficulties with the traders from South America. Then you have the Chinese and all those people. They are brilliant traders. We deal with a couple of them, and they are very well educated, and they are very aggressive. And it's a culture again. They are gamblers. They can put everything in one trade. And that is wrong. So also there is a culture problem sometimes in the trading. Depends where you're from, and what you are adapt to. Because also in Asian countries, they are in gambling. They are in aggressive. Spend the Sundays on a day off in a horse race or something. That's their culture. You have to respect it. I mean, that's the way they live. Money counts, and in Europe, they are different with the trade, and then Indians, we have a couple bankers from India. They use our system. Not too many system works in India, but those two bankers use it, and they have this problem. They are very impatient people, but they are very well educated. So it's very amazing how the culture has impact, and with the trading, is personality. Maybe it is personality. I don't know, but then when you put everyone from a different culture or from a different country, when you put them in a bag and go head to head with the market for 10 years, at the end, when they get into this big pile of mud, and they start being understand the market, how it works, at the end, when they graduate, they're all one color. So whether he is from Hong Kong or India or Germany or US, they all come out almost parallel to each other. And that is amazing, because like this guy yesterday, his background, I know his background. I know those Indian traders, how they work, they think. It's like, let's go for it now, And you can see he become disciplined like any guy in England or in Germany or in US. So this is amazing also, that there is an impact with the negative people, aggressive people. There is an impact on the trading, because also trading is personality. When you don't have a clear head and you sit whine all day long, you're not gonna make it. So I'm not making money. Okay. Did you learn? Do I have to? No, you don't have to. Keep praying. One day you'll make money. So right now, guys, there is not much. There is not much going on the ES, and I said what needs to be done, and now we are waiting on. Look, guys, don't even think about taking a long trade on the ES until this ES across the 45.22. So for those guys out there, I don't know who's out there. If you want to scalp the market, you can wait on the pullback and take a small trade, shorts. There is no more below those numbers anymore. The only time this market is going to start spread out, if we're going to go above the 45, 22, 25, this is when we start thinking long. If you know how to scalp the market, it's fine. You can scalp the market. Those are your favorite days if you know what you're doing. If you don't know how to scalp the market, if I was you, because now you understand what's going on the ES, take a chart, empty chart, empty, without those garbage indicators. Put your fib lines in there, or copy the fib lines from here, and take a manual trade on a sim, scalping. Do that, every day, 5-10 minutes. You don't need to pay me money. You don't need to pay anyone money. This guy is charging you money to teach you. He's no better than you are. He's no better than you are. And he's not smarter than you are. That for sure. When we try to teach those guys how to take the reversal and how you can catch the trend from top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. It was one guy is charging a lot of money a month to teach those traders, and he said there is no such a thing. And one of my traders told me to come in and see this idiot. What do you mean there is no such a thing? This is where is the money at, to catch the trend from the top to the bottom on the reversal. This is where the 50% of the professional traders do. And because that guy don't know how to reverse, it does not mean does not exist. And his precise words, he said, if I lose $300, I just love my daughter so much, and I go around the block and then come back and go trading. I mean, we all love our kids. What our kids has to do with the trading? I mean, you love your daughter and you lost $300. I mean, I don't see any connection in there, and this is exactly his words. We all love our children, and when they get on our nerves, they are up for adoption, anyway. So this is irrelevant whether we love our kids or not. Of course we love our kids, but it doesn't feel good to lose $300 either. I don't care if we love our daughters or not. It's not good to lose $300. So when we are educated, we can prevent this $300 to be lost. And when we are educated, we can catch the trend from top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. And there is nothing wrong with it if we fail. There is nothing wrong with failing as long as you remember that the second day. Just don't sit down and whine, cry about it, live with it. Welcome to trading. Now, I've been open my mouth and getting in trouble for the last half an hour. What happened on the ES? Nothing. What time is it? 10:35. Nothing. Since when we hit target 3, nothing, and nothing is going to happen. You're just going to keep losing money on the ES. Go optimize, go bang your head to the wall, jump out of a balcony, do whatever you want. Take your computer, throw it out of the window. It's not going to change the fact the ES is staying in this area. Whether you are auto trading, not auto trading, manual trading, is irrelevant. It's finished right there. And the only time we're going to start looking at this ES when it goes above the 45, 22, 35. As long as this market gets stuck in this area, there is no wizard is going to make you build out of that and make money. There is nothing in there. There is nothing in there for you. So this is where you have to be educated. You don't have to be educated to learn price action. You have to be educated when it is time to trade and time to push your brakes and go for coffee and don't mess with the market. Don't mess with the fire. Don't put your fingers in a fire because you're going to get burned. Disciplined, patient, those are your wins in the trading, not optimization and P&L. Patient, disciplined, education. This is your way to success. Not my auto trade, not the other guy auto trade, not this guy trading room. No, those are your winning game. It is patient, education, discipline. Those are the 3 keys to your success in the trading. And the first things you need to learn in the trading, not optimization. The first things you need to learn in the trading, where are you in the market? Where are your levels? Where are your destination? You don't just go to the airport and you take your first flight, You might wind up in Hong Kong somewhere, So we need to understand where we are going today on the ES. once we understand where we are going on the ES, we know the rest of the market, because the ES is the signal for the whole industry, whether you are trading option, stocks, futures. The ES is number one signal. And if you don't know how to read the signal, it's a matter of time before you just be out of that race. There's no way out of it. No way out of it, gentlemen. Now, if we look at this one. It's been, for the last half an hour I've been talking. Just imagine, bear with me. Go to my little brain, and can you imagine how many people has been auto trading here and how much money they lost? From China to Europe to USA, back to Australia, how many people are auto trading here and not doing well? How many traders are trading manually here and not doing well? And now this is the frustration start coming up on this trader. And now he want to have a revenge trading because he want to get his money back. And well, guess what? He goes deeper in trouble because he's not thinking right. When we all experience that. When I get hit, I take my head away from the screen, and for 10-15 minutes, I go for, a glass of water, things, and I don't look at the screen. I gather myself again and then come back and sit on the computer. And but I don't try to revenge trade immediately after a mistake you make in the trading. You walk away. If you smoke, you go out smoke. If you go take a glass of water, walk in your yard, do whatever you want, and then come back and look at the market. Don't trade. Look at the market for 10-15 minutes. Study the movement on the bars. If you got hit with a trade, and then once you see a little window open, you jump on it. But don't react to losing trade immediately. When this is very wrong, by reacting immediately. Get your mind clear, come back, watch this market, watch this chart, whether you are auto trading, manual trading, whatever, and keep looking at this bar. Not the whole picture, no. Look at this bar, this first bar on the right, because now you are pissed, and then you see, and you start looking at this bar here for 5 minutes, and you can see clear. If we look at this bar, 1 second was going down and start turning around, and now it's going up. You see that? When we keep our eye on that bar and we're trying to predict where this bar is going, forget the rest. Forget that. Once we start learning the trick about the first bar, you are on top of your trades, whether you are auto trading or manually trading. So as we see here, for the last half an hour, this market going from target 3 to target 2, back. You see, from here to target 3. Look at this. It's going in that area. It got stuck in this area. If this market survives that resistance, it's gonna get stuck in here. If this market survives that area, absolutely it's not gonna able to make it here. So we know we split this market in 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 pieces. The chart is not just a chart. It's in pieces. It's in levels. And once we deal with 1 level, we cross the bridge on the 2nd level, and we start tangle with the 2nd level. Now we are dealing with this level, and we're going to stay on that level until we can pass that level. And if we pass that level, it's going to be tighter. If you notice, between that level and that level, there is a big gap. Now, if we cross this area here, it's going to be tighter and tighter, and it's going to be more difficult to make money. More difficult. So auto trading is good. Management is double as good as auto trading. Guys, I'm gonna take a break. I've been talking non-stop for over an hour, and we will see what the outcome on the ES. Thank you. Guys, on the Nasdaq, you are in the clear. I didn't pay attention to it. We were busy with this one here. You are in the clear on the Nasdaq, but you gotta be watching out. Look, let me show you. If this ES able, which I doubt it, cross this, what we talked about, the 45.21.25. If the ES crossed, the Nasdaq will hit the target. As we see here, look, when you are trading, you have to understand when you are in danger. Now on this Nasdaq, gentlemen, we have a profit. And if we look here, my job is not to teach you price action. My job is to teach you how you can protect your profit on an auto trade, to maximize your profit on your auto trade. If we look at this ES, as we said, there is a big probability it's not going to go short above that area. If you are trading the Nasdaq, as we see here, this is another example. As you see here, we have a reversal signal, you see? And this Nasdaq is not going to hit this target if this ES not able to cross that area. Why? Because Nasdaq can be independent. And it's been independent for now a few years. And it can be going up and down differently than the ES. But when the ES come into critical area, you see the Nasdaq stay on hold most of the time. I mean, you cannot, in the trading, there is nothing called black and white. There is a gray line, a yellow line. So as we see here, when you are taking this trade on the Nasdaq, you are auto trading. I don't want to talk about manual trading, God forbid. And I know I have 1,300 in here, and I know I have a problem in here, and I have a reversal signal here. The Nasdaq is trying to get up, you know. Most likely it's not going to hit the target. If this ES not able to break, it's going to drive you crazy. Sometimes it might hit, sometimes. 1 or 2 out of 10, it might hit. If there is some kind of news on a certain stocks and things, and the Nasdaq is pushing it, it might go. But it does not mean it will go every time. So again, if we monitoring that trade on the Nasdaq, we can see that the hold on the Nasdaq trade is not your auto trade, and it's not something wrong with you or your manual trading. So don't doubt yourself. Find where is the problem, and your problem is right there. The ES, there is a resistance in here, causing your Nasdaq trade to be on hold. Most likely, you are taking a chances by staying on that trade, and has nothing to do with your optimization on your trailing stop. Cannot predict today, 7th of September at 10:54, you're gonna have a resistance on an ES, and most likely the Nasdaq is not gonna predict in that. So you cannot just hide behind an optimization. Now you have 1,400. This is the way you need to auto trade, really. I mean, there is no other way. You either take it off the table, and this is up to the trader. You either take it off the table, or take your chances. If we look at the ES, there is a double resistance, and we said it's going to be impossible to cross here. Half an hour before. And now, if you notice, this NASDAQ starts sinking, and now your profits start melting like an ice cream, right under your eyes. You see? So now we understand that chart has nothing to do with your P&L anymore. Has nothing to do with your P&L. Your auto trade is irrelevant to your P&L. Because most of the traders, they look at P&L, why this auto trade doing this? Why I'm not making money? Why I do make money? Because you're not looking. So now I understand I have $1,400. There is a possibility for this NASDAQ as a re-entry. Listen to this. As a re-entry at 1565875. This is the re-entry on the NASDAQ. Long. If we look at the 15-second chart, you can see from 10:51 until now is on the same line right there. Here is your resistance. Right there. Here is your resistance. So when we are trading, now we understand where we are. The ES now, look at it, is trying to climb to the 45.21.26, trying to break it. And the NASDAQ is sitting on hold to see if this ES able to cross it. Has nothing to do with your auto trade. Has nothing to do with your trailing stop. Has nothing to do with your optimization. Knowledge. Two options. Take your money off the table, or you have already secured some of your profit on the NASDAQ. You have the trailing stop here and trailing stop here. You will walk away with money, but you will not walk away with 1,400. You might walk away with 1,000. And then guess what? You need to close. You need to close your trade and close Ninja Trader. You should not keep banging on this market. So this is where a lot of mistakes happened right there. So monitor the NASDAQ. If we look at this, please try to have your eyes, please, for your own safety. If you look, those bars, they start getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And now look, they start dying right in front of you. And we don't want to do that. We just do not want to do that. So on the signal, we have a trade. We have a trade on the signal, and this one here on the 1 minute, this one here is a 15-second. The white chart is taken from that market analyzer on the top. This one here is taken from that market analyzer in here. So now we understand what's going on. What we do, we break even. Because most likely this market on the NASDAQ is going to dive. And look what happened to the ES, as we told you, is going to be tight. And it is tight. It's right there. It's tight. We know that. We were expecting that. And we said that. We clarified that. It's going to get tight in here and tighter in here. And it did. So the market is not surprising. And look what's happening right now. This support area start losing momentum, and we are dropping to the 45.17. Folks, please, once you understand those tricks, you are on top of it. You cannot shoot a blind in here. You cannot. Some people get it in 2 weeks. Some people it might take 1 year. It's fine. It's a new career, a new job. This is how you need to look at it. It's a new things, you know. So here it is, right there. So we don't need to learn price action. We need to understand what's going on in the market. That's all what I'm trying to tell you. When you are auto trading, you need to understand the concept in here. And look how this NASDAQ is top. You see? So you cannot say I only trade NASDAQ or CL or Russell, because you have to keep your eye on the ES. If we notice now, the ES, what we have said, lost momentum on the 45.19 and now is dropping to the 45.17. What happened to your NASDAQ? What happened if you are auto trading NASDAQ? Your auto trade is irrelevant. Your time frame is irrelevant. Whether you are using auto trading 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes is irrelevant. And now the ES is dropped to the 45.17 and it's gonna go back in here. And I guarantee you there is a lot of traders today, they might think that their auto trade don't work and they're gonna go on optimization tomorrow because they didn't make money today, and they don't realize maybe their optimization is good. Whether it's our auto trade or somebody else auto trade is irrelevant, but they didn't see the market, what happening in the market, and that is a disaster. You know, so there we go. The market is start sinking here. Am I gonna build momentum? I don't know. We will see. So now if we look at this 15-second, it is clear from here, 10:51 to here. Look at this. This is the resistance line without any line to be drawn. This is a resistance line, and now start sinking. 1 minute you have 1,400, now you have 1,300 and 1,200, and then start melting right under your eye. So this is where satisfaction, when you see a profit ticket out of table and don't regret anything. You know, don't regret it. Don't regret a wild goose. I mean, if you see profit, take it out, walk away. Good profit. This is a good profit. You're not gonna get any better than that for today. Take it out, ease your head, you know, go grab a drink, do something. Don't look at the market anymore. You're done. You know, come back in the afternoon, do some manual trading, and get stronger. That's very healthy. Don't come in the afternoon just auto trading and look at P&L, wasting time. Try to turn on your sim account. Try to predict this bar, because this is the way to your success. Not an auto trade, not me, not your neighbor, not the guy is running trading room. This is the way to your success. Learn the first bar where it's going, because it's gonna help you when you are auto trading. It's gonna help you when you're trading. You don't need to pay anyone money for that. Try to develop your own. most of those trader rooms, they say you have to go by the rules. What rules? Mine? Yours? The market care less about my rules and your rules. They care less about your double top, double bottom, care less about oversold indicator, laughing their butt off when you are using a Renko bar because you are blind when you are using a Renko bar and you want to make money. So there is no rules in the market. All those rules you hear, all this crap, all those CDs, all those books, they become irrelevant when you are trading live. You know, there is no rules. The only rules exist. A trader should be aware when he's in trouble. That's the only rules he needs to know. His daily target 1,000 or 100, the market care less about your daily target. If there is money to be made, you will make money. If there is no money to be made, you're not going to be making money. Simple as that. Right now, in the morning, it was money to be made. Right now, there is no money to be made. We don't care about your feeling. There is no money to be made. Your daily target only 1,000, but there is no 1,000 here. Live with it. You know. So sometimes you hear guys, they saying in the trader room, well, the reason you screw up because you didn't follow our rules. Well, who are you to make a rules? Who are you to make a rules and confuse those traders? Then himself, he break the rules. But he says he's allowed to do that. How many times you hear that in the trading room? Who cares about his rules? He's just a number with a Ninja Trader license in the market. He don't exist. You don't exist. I don't exist. We're just numbers in there. As you see the NASDAQ close position with a profit, and now we understand why that Autotrade did not make 2,000. And now it's going short, and that trade on the short is not going to make it. Guaranteed. Why? Why is not going to make it? Look at the support area here. Look at the support area. And it's going to take much more. Look, it's a big mess. Look at this. Support, 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 support. There is a gap here, then support, support, support. It's finished. It's done. No more trade. And this is the problem. No more trade. And this is where guys right now trade in NASDAQ or auto trade in NASDAQ, and there is no more trades. It's finished. Even if you're auto trade making money, it's a crappy trade. It's a high risk trade. It's irrelevant. And now you have $70, and in 1 second you're going to be down $70 because it's not going to hold. That short trade, it will not hold. And then when I know that trade is not going to hold, then I will go ahead and break even immediately and get out of this trade. That trade is a mess. It's not going to survive that trade. It's not going to make $1,000 for you, that trade. It's going to bounce back, and it's going to go back, and it's going to cost you $200 a day. $200 a day, $50,000 a year. Try to explain that for a guy who have $5,000. That when he have one losing day or losing trade $200 because he was not aware of it, that's $50,000 a year, and he only have $5,000 account. And the guy refused to learn. So he don't deserve it. Nobody feels sorry for him. This is not a good trade. This is not a good trade, and it is all finished. It's gonna bounce back and forth. This is not a good trade. It's 10 o'clock, and all the money needs to be made was made. All the money needs to be made we still have a few trades open. Russell, we have a CL, but all the money needs to be made is already done and is finished. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run the market analyzer. If you want to follow any of those signals, you're very welcome. And whoever run those auto trades in the morning, he should be done by now. And we're gonna go ahead and put the market analyzer, and you're very welcome to follow any of the signal. As we said, we're not responsible for your trade, and whatever you want to do with it, you're very welcome to it. We're gonna put a couple trades for you here, and we'll run it a little bit, and this is the last trade on the scalper. We're still on the same trade on the scalper. I'm gonna put it there. This is the 5-minute scalper, just took the trade and it broke even. No, has not broke even either. And what we are going to do, we're gonna make it a break even so we can relax, and we leave it as is. And this is the YM. And here is the Russell. And you're welcome to follow any of those signals. Okay, guys.